Hey everyone, welcome to the Captain Drone YouTube channel. My name is Steve and this would be the Potensic ATOM 3. This is the remote with the built-in display. Now a lot of people have been asking about the camera on this thing. Although I've already made 3 videos showing all the video it takes and how good the quality is, people are still asking, so I'm just going to make a video only about the camera. Here we go. Now as you can see, I have blue sky and the sun keeps going in and out, so we're going to get some bright video and some cloudy video, which is perfect to show you on a drone such as this. So let's take off. I'm doing this manually. I'll bring it up nice and slow and I'll keep it in frame so that I'm still in here and the drone is in here too. There's head height on the drone. I'll just bring the gimbal down a little bit. You have a little dial to move the gimbal down. Now if you look at my display, I'm recording my display because it allows you to do that on this item, on this remote. You look at the bottom, I'm recording at, oh, it doesn't even show it there. Anyways, it's kind of blanked out, but I'm recording at 4K 60. You can just barely see it. City of Ottawa picking up trash behind me, and let me show you a few other features on here. So I'm going to turn off the record right now. It's no longer recording, and I'm going to show you your options for taking video. So I'm on the screen right now where your camera settings are, and I do have the grid lines on, but you can look at color. See, I have it on standard. You can go standard color, HDR color, or you can go log. If you want to post-process your videos yourself on your own home computer, it takes time, and if you know what you're doing, pick log. If you don't know what you're doing, never select log. But it does have HDR, and a lot of people like HDR, so I'm going to put it on HDR. There we go. I'm going to go back to me and I'm going to hit the record button now. We should start recording, and the only way I can show you what HDR looks like compared to not HDR is to show you the previous video footage. So you're probably looking at the old footage now, and then I'll switch back to now, which is HDR. Do you see a difference? So I'm going to turn HDR off. I'll put it back on standard, and you can see for the video codec you have H.264 and H.265. I use H.265 because H.265 compresses the video more, so you need a more powerful computer to uncompress it, but when it uncompresses it, you get more dynamic range. So if you have a really good computer at home, use H.265. And if I slide down, you can put other things on, saturation, all these things here. SD card, you could format it. Yeah, auto targeting. Defog mode. Defog mode is if you get up early in the morning and it's really hot and humid out, turn on defog mode because there's a heater in the sensor in the camera, turns it on so that your camera does not fog up. And at the bottom you can add the satellite coordinates to all your photos. So what that does is it puts the GPS coordinates in the EXIF file of the photo you've taken, so that if you have software that actually shows a map to show you where a photo was taken, it will show that. Other things to show you, I want to show you, there's a zoom on here. It's really good zoom actually. It's pretty much as good as DJI zoom. So here I'm just going to zoom into me, just use the scroll wheel. I'm in 4K 60, so that's as far as you can go. It says you can only do 2x zoom in 4K 60. If I reduce the resolution to much less, I could shoot farther. So let me do that now. So if you look at my screen, I'm going to pick something like, I don't know, let's go way down to 1080p. Let's pick 30. That's what a lot of people use if you have a really poor computer at home for editing video. Okay, we're at 1080p 30. Record is on. The sun's gone out. It's kind of dull, but let's zoom into my pew pew. So we're coming in. We'll hit 2. We're going to go beyond 2. We're at 4. So you can do a 4x zoom at that. There we are. Whoa, the wind is picking up out here. Look at the trees behind me and everything. It's getting pretty breezy out here. All right. Let me put it back in 4K. If you're wondering how the Potensic ATOM 3 handles in the wind, it is really blowing now. I don't know if this little camera down here picks it up, but look at the trees. It's pretty darn windy out here. Now also, if you're wondering about the prop noise on this, I am standing 1 arm's length away. I'll just go sideways to show you. I'm only an arm's length away from it, so these props are really close to my mic. You're gonna hear this noise. If I fly it backwards like this, put it over there, you probably can't hear it as much. It's way back there. But if I bring it back close to me just to keep it in the camera and to keep my head super close to the camera on here, that's really close to me now. Yeah, so it's pretty noisy at this point, even with the wind. All right, the sun keeps going out, and I'll answer the question a lot of people have is, can you shoot in vertical mode on the Potensic ATOM 3? And yes, you can. It's a little weird how you select it. Let me show you. So if you look at my screen at the bottom where I selected my resolution and everything, you see it's standard 16 by, oh, that went away. You got to change that 16 by 9. That's to shoot how you want to crop the sensor. I'll show you what I mean. So let me go like this. It's at 16 by 9. It won't let me shoot in 4K, but I can shoot in 2.7K. There we go. 9 by 16 is what you want. Hit record, get rid of that. You can see I'm already in vertical. Hit record. So that's how you record in vertical. So To sum up, 2.7K is the best you can do in vertical because you're only using a part of the sensor, not the full sensor. Next thing to show you would be a photo. I'm going to take a photo of me while the sun is shining. So let me hit turn off record. Go into photo mode. You can see here photos at the top. I'll select that. You can have burst photos or an 8K photo or a bracketed photo. The one you're going to use the most is 8K. So I'll pick 8K over on the left. There we go. You see it changes my screen because it's using the full sensor, a square sensor. And we're good to go. So now I'll just bring the gimbal down, get more of my head in the image. There we go. And then I will stand like this. There, let me just stand back a little bit. Stand like this. There we go. Stand like this. And take a photo. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8K photo. Okay, now I'm going to do the photo that everybody likes. Watch this. I'm going to back this up. Way out, way out, way out, way out, way out, way out, way out. You can look at my screen. I'm far, far out there. Okay, I'll put the little X on me where the crosshairs are. It's close enough, right on the H. And I'm gonna take a photo, then I'm gonna zoom in and we'll see how bad I look. It's pretty far away, so here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, staring at it and photo. Now for your viewing pleasure, I'm gonna zoom into that photo and rate as close as I can get to me. It's not gonna look that good because it was pretty far away. You probably want a photo taken from about here to zoom in. I'm gonna do this one. So here's a better example of zooming in. Let me just go down. Right here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, take a photo. And let's zoom in to me. I am just this little dot over here. How does that look when you zoom into me? Also, when you take a photo, let me just tap on it. You have a choice. Oh, I guess right now if you're in 8K, you only can take a JPEG photo in 8K, I guess. That's it. And you only can take it at 4:3, so it's using the full sensor. So let me hop out of 8K and just go to a single photo, which would be a normal photo. And let me see what it says at the bottom now. Now you can take it in 16:9 and you can also take it in raw JPEG. Yeah, so that's much better. And the only other options I haven't shown you, you can take pano photos. You see it down there on my screen. I'm not going to do that today. And you can also film at night and take photos at night, which is with AI. So AI is just artificial intelligence. All that's going to do is when you take a photo, just like with your cell phone, wherever my cell phone is, you take a photo, and it doesn't matter how bad the lighting is, your photo always looks good because AI is in your phone and it makes the photo look good. It does all sorts of manipulation to it. Same thing happens with this camera at night. It's dark, not a lot is coming out in the image, so it gets rid of all the noise and it brings out what you're trying to take an image of, so that's AI. A lot of drones have it nowadays. All right, so the next thing I want to show you with all this wind happening is I'll just fly the drone around and just show you some 4K 60 video from this thing. Here we go. The Potensic ATOM 3 AI night video is really good, but there is one thing you need to be aware of. When you select the AI night feature, your camera resolution switches to 4K 25 frames per second. This allows more light to come into the camera lens onto the sensor and be processed, but you will notice an awful lot of motion blur if you move the camera very fast. You can see the motion blur here as I'm speeding past the tree. All the leaves look a bit blurry. So when filming at night, just ensure you're moving the drone slow and the camera slow. Alright, so you've seen the video in the daytime of the Potensic ATOM 3, and you're probably wondering, what do I think about it? I think it's pretty good. I'd say it's comparable to most DJI mini drones, the high-end ones, for the mini category, because DJI has some really good daytime video footage and photo footage. So I'd say the Potensic ATOM is pretty darn close, since they're all using similar sensors and similar AI technology for that. Now at night, I can't comment on it here because I'm making this portion of the video before I even shoot the night footage, so I can't tell you, but I will tell you if you haven't already heard it. I probably told you in the night footage what I thought about the night footage. So I'm going to put links below to this baby. Comes in a bundle. In certain countries it's not very expensive. Usually Potensic tries to be $100 less than a comparable DJI drone. So when you compare this to any DJI drone on the market, make sure you're comparing the same sensor size, the same resolution, same that you get a remote with a built-in display, because that's a big deal. They're putting a high definition, super high brightness display included with this bundle, so include that when you do your comparisons. And then the only thing this drone is pretty much lacking is the ability to avoid obstacles. It has no obstacle avoidance. So if you're trying to pick between this drone and a DJI drone like the Lido X1 that has full 360 obstacle avoidance, plus it has LiDAR for filming at night, well, if you're going to be doing filming around objects that you might crash into and you're going to be filming at night, then you'd probably want to go with the Lido X1 over the Potensic. But if you're just a casual filming guy that's filming out in the country, filming around things that you're avoiding, then you know the savings you get from this should be good. So anyways, links are below. Go check it out. If you have questions on this drone, post them below. This is pretty much the last video I'm making about this drone. I've made 4, and if you haven't seen my other 3, go check them out. All right guys, catch you in the next video. Bye.